Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Udoh, and every week I share content that can help you master your personal finance and grow your wealth. Now, before we jump right in, I just want to have a little disclaimer. I am not a tax professional. I am not a financial advisor. Anything I share today is just to help you with your personal finance. So now that we have that out of the way, let's jump right in. So today's topic is on 4 steps to avoid bankruptcy. Now, for most people watching this video, you might be fortunate that you've never gone through a bankruptcy. You might be in a stable financial position. However, there are lots of people today who are really struggling with their personal finance. So I'm speaking to you from a position of experience, which I have gone through this before. So I know exactly what I'm talking about, and I'm just trying to share content that can help you avoid some of the mistakes that I made with my personal finance. And personal finance is always challenging because we have so many things out here, with mobile payments, with debit cards, and all sorts of other forms of payment. It makes it very easy for us to get into trouble with our personal finance. Now, it all stems from having control over your personal finance. Now, if you let things slide, if you don't stay on top of, if you don't have a system in place to help you with your personal finance, then chances are you might end up getting yourself into some serious situation where the only other option you might have is to file bankruptcy. So what basically is bankruptcy? So bankruptcy happens when, or it's a situation where you have to file for protection from your creditors because your income isn't enough to meet your obligations. And for most people, it could be as a result of, health expenses. Some people get sick, and when you get sick, you're not able to earn an income. And as a result of that, you have your medical bills and you have all these expenses because life goes on, whether you're sick or not. Okay, life goes on. There are bills that have to be paid. So for some people, these obligations are just overwhelming, and the only option is for them to file bankruptcy. For other people, it could be due to a bad investment. So for instance, if somebody started a business, unfortunately, as we all know, based on what happened last year with the health situation, and we're still going through that, there were lots of businesses that closed their doors permanently. Now, most of those people that had the business, they probably had to get loans from family, from friends, from financial institutions, from other lenders in order to start their business. Unfortunately, now these businesses are closed. So what happens? You're still liable for making your payments on those loans that you took out. And for most people, it might become unbearable, and the only other option they might have is to file bankruptcy. So in this video, I'm just going to give you 4 things or 4 steps that you can take to minimize your chances of ever filing bankruptcy. Because bankruptcy, for most people, if you're in the United States, it stays on your credit report for 10 years. Which means for 10 years, you're pretty much locked out from the credit system, and you're penalized for it. So with each passing year after your bankruptcy is discharged, okay, things get a little better, but it makes it difficult for you to be able to apply for loans. And if you're looking to start another business or buy a home or buy a car, it makes it very, very difficult. I'm not saying it's not possible to get funding or financing, but it just makes things a little more difficult because now lenders see you as a risk, okay? So the first thing you want to do is you want to master personal finance management. And what do I mean by personal finance management? That means you keep an eye on reducing your expenses and increasing your income. Most people on YouTube and most financial advisors and stuff always tell people to cut your expenses, cut your expenses. You can only cut your expenses so much. Okay, you still have to eat, you still have to put gas in your car, you still have to service your car, you still need a shelter over your head. So there are certain expenses that you just can't cut anymore. All right. So the key is have a great personal finance management whereby you keep track of your income, you keep track of your expenses, and you make sure that every single month you're in the positive. Every single month you have a positive cash flow. Now, if you're not sure what I mean by cash flow, make sure you check my channel for I have lots of videos, or I might even put a link up here to a video on how to create your budget and how to handle cash flow, etc. So make sure you check the description below. I'll have some links in there on certain resources that would be beneficial to you. Number two, you want to institute a form of debt consolidation. Okay, so whereby you can replace high interest debt with low interest debt. So for instance, if you have credit card debt, whereby most credit cards today anywhere from 15% to sometimes 30% interest, which would take you forever to pay that off. Now, for some people, if you have access to a home equity line or home equity loan, which it's not advisable, but if you can substitute, if you can refinance and get a low interest debt, okay, to pay off a high interest debt, that would be great. Okay, it's not an ideal situation, but that's an option because you will reduce your interest payments, okay, which is basically what puts you in a very tough situation. Okay, number three, you can negotiate with your creditors. Okay, creditors don't want you to default on your payments, so they're more willing to work with you, and most creditors will work with you. Some might be very difficult, they might not want to agree, but unfortunately, if they know that you might end up filing bankruptcy, it's better for them to get something now than get nothing later. So most creditors will work with you to help you out. Okay, unfortunately, there's some unscrupulous elements out there that will not want to help you, and there are laws to protect you. So make sure you research, go to Google, research things on on creditors, on bankruptcy and all that stuff, and you will see a whole bunch of stuff that's going to come up. And then number four, if all else fails, you can get debt counseling. So there are lots of non-profit organizations. I'm speaking specifically for the United States, so I'm not sure where you're watching this video from, but I'm sure in your area, in your locale, in your state or country, there will be similar programs that helps protect people from unscrupulous lenders and creditors. So you can seek debt counseling, whereby a counselor will help you figure out things when it comes to your personal finance. And sometimes there might be a fee for some places, but most times this might be a free service that you might get to help you navigate your personal finance. So I hope you found value in this video, and as usual, if you like my content, make sure you smash that thumbs up button, and also remember to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so YouTube will notify you of my latest videos. So thank you so much for watching me today and being here. I really appreciate you all, and don't forget, remember to be true to yourself, be true to your goals, and never ever give up. And I'll catch you in my next video. Take care. Bye bye.